Today, we will tell the story of Wade Wilson, a man whose crimes shocked Florida. The two victims he left behind, along with the public debate about his character on social media, made thousands wonder, who is he? A monster or a man caught in unfortunate circumstances? Why did it take so long to catch him? And how did his name spark such a wave of discussions? Stay with us to find out all the details. The first crime linked to Wade Wilson occurred on October 6, 2019. His victim was 35-year-old Kristen Melton, an ordinary waitress from Florida. Kristen lived with her best friend, Stephanie Sailors, and together they decided to spend the evening at a Fort Myers bar and catch a live music show. There, they met Wade Wilson, who seemed friendly and charming. They noticed nothing suspicious, and the night continued with fun. Wilson introduced himself under a fake name and spent the evening with the women. After the party, they all went back to his place. It was a seemingly normal encounter that didn't hint at any tragedy. However, the next morning, Kristen didn't respond to her friends' calls, and police found her lifeless body in her home. The investigation revealed that Wilson was the last person to see Kristen alive. This was the first significant step in the case. But something even more alarming caught the police's attention. Wilson had confessed to his actions during a phone call with his father, and this recording became key evidence in the trial. His father later said he was shocked and couldn't believe it. Wilson's confession and surveillance footage of him driving Kristen's car became crucial evidence. But this was just the beginning. Just hours later, Wilson committed another crime that drew even more attention. On the morning of October 7, 2019, 43-year-old Diana Ruiz was heading to work at a local bar. Known for her reliability, Diana never missed a shift. But that day, her co-workers grew concerned when she didn't show up. The police began an investigation and filed a missing person report. It was later revealed that, on her way to work, Diana encountered Wade Wilson. He stopped her on the street, asking for directions. Trustingly, she agreed to help, becoming his second victim. A few days later, her body was found by the police, and it was immediately clear that her death was connected to Wilson. Wilson was arrested the next day, found wandering the streets. The investigation revealed that he hadn't taken many precautions, leaving behind a trail of evidence that later proved vital in court. His father, who spoke to him after the crime, and other witnesses who saw him that day also became key to the case. A pivotal piece of evidence for the investigation was surveillance footage showing Wilson driving one of the victims' cars. These and other pieces of evidence helped the police solve the case, but the investigation was far from over. A long legal process awaited. The trial of Wade Wilson didn't begin until several years later. During the process, Wilson showed no remorse. Moreover, while in prison, he dramatically changed his appearance, getting several tattoos on his face. These changes drew public attention, and Wilson became discussed not only as a criminal, but also as a person with an extremely unstable psyche. One of the most surprising turns in this case was the unexpected support Wilson received on social media. On TikTok and other platforms, numerous videos and comments emerged discussing his personality. Some found him charismatic, while others thought he was merely manipulating the public. This phenomenon became known as the attractive villain effect. This phenomenon, where criminals attract sympathy from parts of society, had been observed in other cases, but with Wilson, The discussion gained particular traction due to his appearance and behavior during the trial. It highlighted once again how easily public opinion can be swayed by charismatic individuals. In late August 2024, Wade Wilson was sentenced to death. The judge noted that his crimes were extremely brutal and beyond justification. Wilson is now one of 279 inmates in Florida awaiting execution. This case captured public attention and became an example of how criminals can not only destroy lives, but also spark widespread discussion of their actions on social media. The story of Wade Wilson is not just about his crimes, but also about how society reacts to such events. If you're interested in more stories like this and want to learn more, subscribe to our channel and visit our Patreon through the link in the description. There, you'll find even more investigations and exclusive content that can't be posted on YouTube.